Dear Chair, dear representatives of the Commission, as Rapporteur for the Citizens' Equality, Rights and Values Programme, I stand before you to emphasize the importance of the citizens' engagement and participation strand. For me personally, this was always a very important fund. I remember very well when we have established the programme in the end of 2020. It was my first trilogue and my first file ever in the European Parliament. Citizens' engagement and participations are the backbone of the democracy. The Russian aggression against Ukraine demonstrates more than ever the need to protect democratic freedom and fundamental rights. Democracy must be sustained and supported through a solid and free civil society, a critical reflection on the past, and the transmission of memory to future generations to tackle historical distortion and ensure European remembrance. The upcoming European elections will be a crucial moment. Citizens should be able to participate in the debate on Europe, its past, and advancing in the EU integration. We are happy that the 2023 work programme has been adapted to respond to these crucial objectives. However, as we know, political goals can only be achieved without an efficient technical implementation. In this context, I would like to make the following considerations and questions. The SERF programme foresees a specific provision on civil dialogue, both in implementation of the programme, but also on policy issues. This mechanism should be part of the programming so that beneficiaries can contribute to the SERF priorities and objectives based on their experience on the ground. Can the Commission specify how the provision on civil dialogue has been implemented? And especially in the context of challenges to the rule of law, how can this be replicated in other programs based on lessons learned from the European for Citizens programme? Secondly, a new system for subgranting has been in place since 2023. It is crucial to evaluate its effectiveness in reaching out to grassroots groups promoting EU values and citizenship. It has to be also compared to other funding mechanisms. It should be noted that co-funding is required for the EU networks. However, the administrative requirements for grantors are a bit unclear for the main beneficiaries, and bureaucratic requirements are imposed on sub-grantors. Notably, the grant agreement stated that sub-grantees should be submitted to the same requirements as the main beneficiary, which is very burdensome. Therefore, organizations which are the main beneficiaries can only sub-grant to organizations that are officially affiliated to established members or partners, preventing them from funding more informal or grassroots groups or supporting individual human rights defenders. Can the Commission specify how efficient sub-granting is and whether the tool allowed reaching out the CSOs in countries which increasingly shrinking civic space or where limited funding exists on these important topics? Is the mechanism flexible enough? The SERF grants have been aligned to the Horizon Europe platform. However, this platform has yet to be adapted to the objective of SERF and the organizations funded. In particular, the system does not allow for flexibility. Operating grants, organizations have to plan more than 6 months before the beginning of the grant, while the policy landscape may change quite rapidly. The risk is the organizations have to do things that are no longer relevant and do, in addition, other things that cannot be justified in the grant. In the end, the operating grants have become projects with the possibility to cover operating costs, but research grants allow you to cover 100% of funding. In addition, advocacy on behalf of citizens and civil society constituencies is not part of the priorities. Can the Commission explain how they are going to simplify the procedures and cut bureaucracy a bit? From the other side, I would like to ask about an impact of inflation. The SERF has introduced unit costs to ensure further flexibility. However, the Commission's decision on the unit cost is outdated without considering the impact of high inflation and increase in travel costs. Furthermore, travels by plane have higher ceilings than travels by train, which is inconsistent with the reduction in carbon emissions and does not correspond to reality. The impact of inflation in general on salaries and services should be considered. The CO funding remains high 20% in the context. Can the Commission specify the measures taken to counter inflation in this context? Last but not least, regarding the annual work program for 2024, two questions are important in the context of the ongoing conflict in Ukraine, the accompanying disinformation trends and the European elections in 2024. Can the Commission provide the means to reinforce the Union values in dimension in SERF? What measures can be taken to improve the active citizenship dimension? I really have hope that SERF will be a solid stone and we will protect our European values, women's rights, cultural heritage and rule of law with the help from this program. I also hope that the next budget on the program will be bigger because we need to send as much money as possible directly to NGOs and local authorities. I deeply believe that due to the SERF, more European funds will be a toll of transferring directly to citizens and NGOs. Thank you very much, and I'm looking forward to cooperation. Sorry for being so long, but you know, it is my first child here, so that's why. Thank you very much.